Are genetically engineered viruses now allowed in USDA certified organic meat? Viruses? Genetically engineered viruses? Do they allow that now? Well, yes, they do. These genetically engineered viruses are in the vaccines that are allowed in the USDA organic certification. Here's a list of the allowed substances for USDA organic certification. As you can see, number 4 is vaccines. So vaccines are allowed in all USDA organically certified animals, just like they are for the non-organic. And so what's in these vaccines? Here's a sheep vaccine that contains thiomersal, which is a mercury compound, so you're actually injecting mercury into a food animal. This is a very popular Clostridium vaccine that's used when you feed them nothing but grain. If they're not grass-fed, they're going to get Clostridium and enterotoxemia. What do you see on it? It says, in case of human exposure, contact a physician immediately. But you're going to put that into your food, right? You know why it's dangerous? It's got phenol. Phenol is carbolic acid, which is dangerous to humans. Yet the USDA allows these dangerous chemicals and through vaccines to be added to the organic specification for livestock. So you're not getting away from these chemicals with USDA organic. Now the USDA is recommending, because of the importance of vaccines, that even though they don't support the use of genetically engineered methods in organic agriculture, yet if a vaccine produced through these excluded methods, such as genetic engineering, is the only vaccine available to prevent a specific disease, well then they've decided to have a compromise position. And so they're going to let them use these method vaccines that are excluded normally for organic livestock production, not just for everybody else, which is bad enough, but for the organic, certified organic food is going to have these genetically modified viruses. So how do I know it's genetically modified viruses? Well, because they tell you. The USDA Agricultural Research Service put out this memo where they're doing research at their Plum Island Animal Disease Center, which is a story entirely by itself. You can do your own research on Plum Island, but they're using gene editing to assist in the development of a vaccine for African swine fever, which really just affects these big producers. Big Ag is running these animals through confined animal feeding operations. They're really nasty, and they get sick. And so they want to make sure they can vaccinate them as much as they need to stop them from getting sick from what they do. So the USDA is pretty much a tool of the Big Ag and their lobbyists. And so here the USDA is telling us there's no commercially available vaccine to prevent this African swine fever. So therefore, the USDA Agricultural Research Service is telling us they have to use these live viruses in these vaccines. So they're alive. They might be weakened, but they're still a genetically engineered virus going into a vaccine into something that you eat. So not only does this make the USDA organic stamp absolutely meaningless because it's got viruses in the food now, but also any time that you buy pork, because that's what they've got it started in first. Anytime that you see your organic pork selection, it really needs to have a warning that says, warning, contains genetically engineered viruses for all the public. We shouldn't be exposed to this unless we know about it. Here's the vaccine from Merck for the African swine fever. If you look at it real close, it says that it's called Sequivity, a swine influenza vaccine. And this problem has been reported by the Organic Eye and several other publications. I've got links in the description down below. That it's illegal because Congress did not set up USDA organic certification to use GMOs and make it like everything else. So what's the solution? What are we going to do about it? I mean, just sit here and cry about it or do something about it? Well, I've been working with 2 or 3 people to set up a new list of farms that are certified chemical-free. Now, I've looked at all these other certifications that are out there, and they are improvements over the USDA certification, but not one of them seems to ban vaccines and some of these other harmful chemicals. We need an entirely new type of certification, one that is free. It doesn't cost anything, but the revenues come from advertising revenue, if any. And you're certified by the people that know you, the people that live in your own community. So there's no corruption of trying to pay a third-party certification company. So I'm a retired web developer, and I developed this website called Certified Chemical Free, which you can find on Google. It ranks at the top of Google. And it's just a list of all the farms that are chemical free, that don't use vaccines, they don't use any type of chemicals, dewormers. And we first started out collecting sheep farms and getting all the people that wanted to be on the list, that were raising their sheep without dewormers or vaccines, beyond organic. And we got a pretty good sized list on that as well. But then we started running into people that wanted to be on the list, that were raising goats, they were raising beef, they had beef and cattle farms, they had pig farms, they had chicken and turkey farms, egg farms, and of course dairy and produce farms. And so the list has grown just from the list of sheep farms up to a lot of different areas that want to be certified chemical free. And we're getting really good support from all the people on this list have said this is a great idea. And I had a friend in Oklahoma that really helped me get this started, as well as another fella that he knew in Texas that supported us in the very beginning. But this could really go big, and I hope it does. But your help is needed. If you've got ideas on this or you want to support us, we don't want money, we want people to participate. So if you want to help this effort, buy from the people on the list. Also, if you know other people who are raising animals, raising produce, dairy, eggs, without chemicals and want to be on the list, it doesn't cost anything. It's free advertising for them to get on the list. And this first year in 2026 is just a list. That's all it is. We're just trying to get the list going, but we have a certification process that's also free that will make them much more well certified than they could ever be on the USDA organic certification process. Well, thanks for listening to me, and support us as much as you can. Thank you. Bye.